Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. I'm Minx Laura123 and I'm going to be doing the January book tag today. Yes, I have been tagged by the lovely Cherry Actually Reads. She is so sweet, so lovely, and of course she is a fellow bookworm like myself. So down below I'm going to put the link to her channel, so please go and check out Cherry Actually Reads. And I'm Minx Laura123 and I actually read as well. But yeah, this is a cool little book tag. I always look up different book tags that I can do because I think they're fun and I love talking about books, and also it's a great way of you, my lovely viewers, getting to find out more about me. And you know, if it's a book tag, etc., books that I've read and loved, etc. So I have the questions here in front of me on my notebook. So let's get started. By the way, if you want to do this tag, you are officially tagged as well. And if you do end up making a video of this tag, please leave the link down below to your video and I will come and watch it and leave you a comment and share it, etc., etc. So this is the January book tag. Once again, thank you to the lovely Cherry Actually Reads. Okay, so the first question is, what was the last and the first book that you read last year? So I had to go on my Goodreads app and scroll way back to find out what it was. So the first book I read last year was Ruth Ware 1 by 1. I love Ruth Ware books. She is an amazing thriller author. If you've not read her before and you're into like the crime, thriller, mystery genre, I definitely recommend you check out her books. She's so good, and I really liked 1 by 1. I liked the setting, I liked the thriller obviously aspect of it, and the characters. It was intriguing and exciting, and yeah, it was a good start to the year. The last book I read was also a thriller. So I started the year off with a dark thriller and kind of ended the year with a dark thriller, and that was by Fiona Cummins, and it was called When I Was 10. Over Christmas time I'd read some, like, you know, Christmassy books and stuff, but I wanted to read that one so much, and it was so good. It was really good. It was quite a dark thriller. It was quite emotional at times, and it, you know, hit on kind of hard subjects to deal with and think about, but it was so well wrote and it was very gripping. So yeah, that was the last book I read. So as I say, Ruth Ware's 1 by 1 was the first, and the last book I read was When I Was 10 by Fiona Cummins. The next question is, what is your first read of this year? So the first book that I read this year was by Brittany Morris, and it was called Slay. This was so good. Like, started the year off with my reading so well. I loved it. It was so electric. It was so exciting. It was a YA thriller with like a gaming element as well. It also dealt with like racial issues and like friendship, romance, etc., and gaming. And yeah, it was really good. And you know, obviously it's a thriller, so there was a murder involved, and like, you know, it was just really exciting. I'm not, you know, actual like gamer. My other half, Nathan, he's the gamer, I'm more of the bookworm in our relationship. But I have to be honest, I was kind of swept up into this game and the whole like world building of the game. It was quite exciting actually. So yeah, really enjoyed that. Loved it. I would definitely read more from that author as well. Number 3 question is, share 3 of your reading goals for this year. I do like making reading goals. I don't sit there and have loads and loads of goals, but I do sit and think of some and jot them down at the beginning of the year. So first of all, I want to read over 200 books, which might sound a bit what? Last year I did read just over 200, so I want to kind of do the same again. So yeah, I am quite a fast reader, so it takes me about two-ish days to read a book. Unless it's one of the big, you know, thick hardback books, it would take me longer. But yeah, I do want to kind of stick to that same goal of reading over 200 again. I'd be quite happy with that. I also want to read more fantasy this year, because I felt like last year I didn't read that much fantasy, whereas in the past I used to really enjoy reading fantasy books. So fantasy is a great form of escapism, and it's just really fun, and I like the world building, and especially if there's like, you know, magic and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely want to read more fantasy this year, and I want to read more series. I felt like last year and the year before, etc. I mainly read standalone, so I want to kind of get back on the series thing. Because it's fun, you know, when you read a series, you kind of stay with the characters longer and stuff. So yeah, that is my answer for that question. Next question is, share 3 of your most anticipated books. Books that you're most excited about coming out this year. There are so many. I've got a book where I've got a list of all my pre-orders from Waterstones. So, you know, yeah, there's a lot of books that I'm excited about. But the 3 that I've chosen, the first one is the Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James, another thriller. Oh, my TV's come on itself. Okay, that was really weird. I had my TV on pause while I did this video and it just come on its own. My house is haunted, to be fair, so it's not that much of a shock. Anyway, let's not think about a haunted house because I'm here on my own at the minute. So where was we saying? Yeah, the Book of Cold Cases, Simone St. James. She does amazing thrillers. I love her thrillers. They're so good. She done Sundown Motel, which was one of my favourite books of all time. So yeah, this is her new book that comes out this year. Also, another thriller, Lucy Foley's new one, which is called The Paris Apartment. I have read books by Lucy Foley and have just finished them and been like, wow, that was so damn good. So I know that this one coming out is good. It sounds really good as well. And the last one isn't a thriller. It's Amari 2, which is called The Great Game by B.B. Alston. I loved Amari so much. It is behind me here, somewhere on my bookcase. Just a magical adventure. I love the character. I love Amari. Well, I'm actually going to confess something here. As a 42-year-old woman, when I got to the end of reading Amari, I literally cried because I missed the character so much. I was like, oh my God, I've got to wait like ages to like be around that character again. It's a true story. So yeah, but there are so many coming out this year, which I'm mega excited about. All different genres. And yeah, I'm just really hyper excited for so many books coming out. Next question is, which goals did you reach or not reach last year? So obviously, as I said previously, I'm really happy that I did reach the goal of reading 200. Prior to that, the year before, it was like 150. So I'd upped my game a bit and I did manage to get over 200. So I was really excited about that and proud of myself. Things that I didn't achieve. I didn't get to finish series that I said I would. You know, that annoyed me. And also there were books that I really wanted to read that like sitting on my bookcase that I was like, oh, this year I'm definitely going to read. And I didn't, so they're still sitting there waiting. But yeah, I think that, oh, hold on. Oh yeah, another thing I said was I actually did read some non-fiction last year, whereas that was something I really wanted to do because I only read fiction. So it was kind of like, yeah, I really want to read some, you know, factual, you know, not fiction books. And I managed to read, so that was good. Okay, next up, are there any new releases this year that you've heard of that you've got no desire to read? I mean, this is a tricky question. I had trouble with this one, to be fair, because I only read about upcoming books if they interest me. Like I'm not really sure of other books that are coming out if they've no interest to me. So I'm not really sure how to answer that one. So I'm gonna be like, you know, anything by like Sally Rooney, I wouldn't particularly want to read. I don't like Stephen King books. As much as I've tried to get into his writing style, I just can't connect with him for some reason. But yeah, I only mainly read about books coming out that I'm interested in, whether it's the author or the title that's grabbed me or whatever. So yeah, that one I found a bit difficult, but yeah, I'd say that. Next question, what are some reading habits you want to change this year, if any? So I'm quite happy with my reading habits. Some people say I read too much, probably. I am addicted to reading. I love it. It calms me down. I, as I say, get this form of escapism from life's stress and worries that we have, you know. Do I read too much? Probably, but I'm quite happy with reading too much. There's worse things I can be doing than reading a book. Something I would want to change is sometimes at night when I'm really super tired, I pick up my book and instead of just like chilling and watching TV, I try and read when I know that I shouldn't. Number one, because my eyes are quite like tired, so they're not like focusing on the words properly. And also I start reading and I'm not like taking it all in of the words because I'm like half asleep. And then the next day when I go to read, I'm like, oh, I can't remember reading that bit because I'm half asleep. So I think when I feel tired, I'm just going to be like, look, I feel tired. stop reading. Watch TV or so, and not read when I'm half asleep. Next question. Are there any... I can't even read my writing. This isn't good, is it? Are there any adaptations you're excited about? Okay. So I really, really want to see the Evan Hansen film. I know it's already on Sky, so I could watch it. But it's like really expensive on there to watch, like to rent it. It's like 15 quid or something. So I'm going to wait till it's gone down like a respectable price to pay for. If not, I'm just going to wait till it comes out on DVD maybe, and then I can actually keep it, not just like watch it on TV and then it's gone. So I really want to watch that, and because I loved Evan Hansen book, so amazing. The other one, the School of Good and Evil, really, really want to see that. I know they're turning that into a series, and any other kind of YA books that get turned into shows on Netflix, etc., Amazon, I'd quite like to watch those. Next question is favourite bookish memory of last year. I've got a couple actually. I love doing my read along with the lovely mini book chats. She's so sweet. Her name's Kate. Go and check her out. She's lovely. And we did a book read together of Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot Christmas. And it was a great book, by the way. But I really enjoyed doing the read along with her. And, we'd read a certain amount of chapters a day. And then we chatted about it. And then we done like a video, like a live stream thing where we spoke about it. Had like a nice book conversation. So I super enjoyed that. It was a nice memory of actually, having a book that you're reading together and you can discuss and talk about. I really enjoyed that, and I'd love to do more like buddy reads and read-alongs this year. And also, my favourite bookish memory of last year was reading Don Rickles' autobiography. I love Don Rickles. If you're not familiar with who he is, then, look him up on YouTube and stuff. Sadly, he's passed away now, but he was an amazing comedian and actor as well. And he didn't have a bad singing voice either, but he was known for his being, a comedian and an actor, and he was just so funny. And he done like the roast kind of comedy, if you've ever seen like the roast, like insult comedy. But actually, in actual fact, he was like a really sweet family man who just loved everybody. But his comedy come across as quite like insult, nasty, but people loved it. There were so many celebrities who just wanted to be kind of roasted by him because they thought it was just so funny and they loved it. He was a real character. He also did the voiceover for Mr. Potato Head in Toy Story. But I'm a huge fan of Don Rickles, and I actually read his autobiography, and I don't really read autobiographies. I mainly read fiction, and so that was a big thing for me to read, non-fiction, and to read someone's life story. And the way he did it, it was just like I could hear him talking in my head. It didn't feel like blocky. It was like kind of, I don't know, he had personality in his writing. It just felt really natural the way it flowed. So I feel like I kind of got to know him and his family and how he started and his friendship with like Frank Sinatra. And, it was just an amazing career, an amazing man. So anyway, I really like that book. And the next question and the last question is, any carryovers from last year that you still plan on finishing? I don't really do that, to be fair. Like if I have a book, I finish it. I don't kind of carry it over to next year. That's just the way I am, kind of thing. I always like to finish the book that I'm on without like starting another one as well, kind of thing. So yeah, I haven't got any books that I kind of started last year, and I'm going to continue because I'd already finished them. So yeah, anyway, that's my answers. So yeah, if you want to know a few other things, my favourite book of last year is actually behind me here. Hold on. It's Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Marino Garcia. That was my favourite book of last year. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but I am. You might not want to know. But yeah, so far this year, it's been difficult. But I think so far, Slay, I'm really enjoying Slay. Really enjoyed Slay by Brittany Morris. I love that. My current read is called The Maid, and that's really good as well. I'm actually really enjoying that. There's been a few books so far this year that have been a bit, I read The Witcher. That was quite good. So I've ordered number 2 to read. But yeah, there's been a few okay books, and there's been a few good books. You know, there's been a few DNFs already so far. But anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please click like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. Also, please check out Minx Laura 123 ASMR, my other channel, where I make videos to help people like myself with anxiety and insomnia, kind of relaxation, sounds for sleep videos. So go check out Minx Laura 123 ASMR. Anyway, everyone, let me know in the comments section, you know, if you enjoyed the video. Let me know your answers, or if you do make a video of this tag, then please tag me. I'll also put down below in the description box the person who created, like the original tag creator, their link, and I'll put the link to Cherry Actually Reads channel, so, and the video she did of this tag. So please go and check all this stuff out. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. See you later, everyone. Happy reading. Bye.